So you can't see this, but hopefully you can hear it. Behind every Boise State Public Radio podcast is a team working hard to bring you stories that matter. So if you value podcasts like this one, please support them. Hit donate at boisestatepublicradio.org. Thanks.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho Daily News. Good morning, I'm Lauren Patterson. It's Monday, July 6th. Today we have news on Idaho's abortion ballot initiative, solar power in the West, how Idahoans celebrated the 4th of July, and the state of the states. An initiative to revoke Idaho's strict abortion ban is one step closer to making it onto the ballot this November. The Reproductive Freedom and Privacy Act would restore the right to abortion up to fetal viability and when the health of the mother is in danger. Julie Luquetta has more.
About 200 volunteers and advocates from Idahoans United for Women and Families gathered at the Capitol Thursday to drop off signatures in support of the initiative. Speaker Desi Ballas spoke at the podium set up in the rotunda.
I believe with every ounce of my being, the future generations will look back on this day and say, when reproductive freedom was under attack, Idahoans did not stay silent. You organized, you fought, you showed up.
Organizer John Eckert led the effort in southeast Idaho. At the podium, he thanked the more than 1,200 volunteers who collected signatures over the last 10 months.
If you believe, as I do, that private medical decisions are between you, your family, and your doctor, raise your voice, raise your fist, and say yes.
To make it on the ballot, initiatives require signatures from 6% of eligible voters, or roughly 70,000 people, coming from 18 of the state's 35 legislative districts. The organization collected 108,000. The mood among the crowd of mostly women was cheerful as they formed a human chain, bringing boxes of signatures from each county from a U-Haul truck in front of the Capitol, up the steps, around the rotunda, and into the Secretary of State's office.
All the way from Teton County to be here. Yes, sister.
The state will now review the signatures and certify them if they qualify. Julie Luquetta, Boise State Public Radio News.
As the nation turns 250, a report takes a look at the quality of life across the states. As the Mountain West News Bureau's Hannah Merzbach reports, it shows economics don't always determine well-being.
Northern mountain states such as Colorado, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming are doing relatively well when it comes to poverty and income inequality. But on depression and suicide rates, they're towards the bottom of the list.
Which is interesting because of the whole idea that money buys happiness.
Tulane University's Douglas Harris helped put together the recent State of the States report. It shows those mountain states are mostly doing well on environmental measures like air quality and educational ones like test scores. Otherwise, it's hard to find many trends.
Yeah, well, that reinforces the point that, geography isn't destiny.
However, Harris points out that southern mountain states, Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico, rank poorly for many more measures, and they have higher levels of poverty. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Hannah Merzbach.
Idaho is ranked 12th overall on social, political, and economical factors. The West is building more solar than ever, but as projects expand, they're also raising questions about where they belong. New research suggests one of the biggest concerns, that solar is taking over prime farmland, may be overstated. The Mountain West News Bureau's Caleb Bradel reports.
The Solar Energy Industries Association analyzed where utility-scale solar has been built across the country. Sean Gallagher with the group says the picture looks similar from state to state.
There's 0 states where solar uses more than 0.5% of prime farmland. In fact, nearly every state has more abandoned prime farmland than it has prime farmland on which solar's been developed.
Gallagher says solar occupies less than 0.1% of America's prime farmland, and the West has the smallest share of that land used for solar in the country.
We want developers to be sensitive to rural communities and to take rural citizens' concerns into account. But we also, have to be realistic about the impact that solar is having.
Gallagher says, for comparison, golf courses use roughly 2.5 times as much prime farmland as solar does. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Caleb Radel.
Saturday marked the nation's 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Idahoans gathered across the state to celebrate. Chantel Ramirez Sanchez has more.
This year, the city of Boise hosted its annual fireworks show, but with a twist for America 250, a live performance from the Boise Philharmonic, and a show with more than 100 drones.
Works and just the food and just bringing the whole communities together. I feel like that's really fun.
That was Marie Whitley of Fruitland. She traveled here to experience the country's milestone celebration.
It's a great holiday. It's a holiday where we celebrate our country, and that's really nice.
Maria Lundy came down from Coeur d'Alene to spend time with friends.
I feel like every tiny town you go to in America has a 4th of July tradition, which is cool.
And Terry Copage came down from Canada to celebrate.
The countryside, the people, the rivers I like. Since we came here by a motorcycle, we drive down here along the rivers, and yeah, very nice.
And America 250 celebrations won't end in Idaho anytime soon. In 2024, the Idaho legislature created a task force to plan Idaho's commemoration. It started 2 years ago and will go until December 2027. Chantal Ramirez Sanchez, Boise State Public Radio News.
And that's today's episode of The Connector. I'm Lauren Patterson. Listen to The Connector anytime at boisestatepublicradio.org or in the Boise State Public Radio app.
Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What happens if we refund tariffs? Why are groceries so expensive? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious, because the forces shaping our world can be hard to see. Follow NPR's Planet Money wherever you get your podcasts and start seeing how the economy really works.